So many systems in Starfield are stuck behind skill points, which are a pain to get. So today, we're going to fix that with the simplest and most satisfying XP farm. So let's get started. First up, the shopping list. These are all the resources you'll need. 4 tungsten, 4 beryllium, 6 copper, 25 iron, 32 aluminum, 6 adaptive frame, and 2 fiber. If you get extra tungsten, beryllium, and copper, it can make things a little faster down the road, so I'd recommend just grabbing the full stack at Jemison Mercantile. Next up is the only hard part of this whole process, and that is finding the perfect location. Most planets are procedurally generated, except the ones that are in the same solar system as a main mission, like the one we'll be going to. In the Narian star system, there's a moon called Androphon. But more specifically, there's a location that looks like this, where the helium and iron touch. Zoom in and travel right on that border. You may need to travel a bit on foot, but landing here works. After reaching the border of helium and iron, we can set up an outpost that has both aluminum and iron. Then we craft an aluminum extractor, an iron extractor, and then 2 solar arrays to power it. It doesn't matter where you put them in your outpost, it will always power it. Next, we're gonna add 2 solid storage containers, but separate them so we can easily track storage for iron and aluminum separately. Next, we craft an industrial workbench and a bed. Once we have all that set up, we can link the 2 extractors to 2 storage containers and then go to sleep for a few hours. After that, we go to the industrial workbench and craft adaptive frames. Each adaptive frame gives 1 experience, so we're going to need to craft a bunch. Conveniently, the workbench allows us to use materials that are in the storage containers. Now, this isn't very efficient, but what makes this farm so satisfying is that the required materials for containers is adaptive frames, iron, and aluminum. Meaning, that's right, we can infinitely supply ourselves with the building materials to make a crazy storage setup like this one. The only annoying thing is we do need to link all the storage containers with each other. I think the only way you can do this is one by one, but if I'm wrong, please comment and I'll pin it so everyone knows. Since you need the same amount of aluminum as iron, you want to have the similar number of storage containers so you don't have an imbalance. Then we can sleep for longer amounts of time and get an insane number of both materials. Craft up adaptive frames and grab some skill points whenever you need to. If you found this guide helpful, please like the video. I really appreciate it and it truly helps with the algorithm. Also, if you did get extra tungsten, beryllium, and copper, you can make more extractors, more solar arrays, and just make it a tiny bit faster so you don't have to sleep as long. Also, just a quick PSA if you don't know, running while encumbered just brings you to low HP, doesn't actually kill you, so feel free to run back to your ship to offload some adaptive frames.